Hey everybody, so we got this like newfangled contraption so I can or we can take videos in the car and I'm hands-free. Alright, I'm excited. So I wanted to talk to you today about my breastfeeding or nursing regimen pumping while at work. So what I do is, and I'm going to start the day before because it makes more sense that way to me. Ideally, from the time that I get home until the time I go to bed, I wash the bottles. So I wash all of the pumping stuff that I need to wash for the next day, and I make sure that I have all the pieces. Yes, my nails are a mess. Make sure I have all the pieces for the next day, because if I don't, then I can't pump and it's really uncomfortable. So I put all of the pieces in this lunch bag that we have that's insulated, and you can put the whole thing in the freezer, so the bag itself is kind of like a cooler, and then that's frozen and that'll keep everything cool most of the day the next day. So in the morning, I take my lunch bag with all the pieces and everything in it, put it in my bag with the pump, and take all that to work with me along with my purse. So I look like I'm running away from home every day, but that's just how I live my life. All right, so after that I get to work. I usually work for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I'll pump, and then I go the long stretch of like 6 hours before I pump again. In my last video I did mention that I'm dropping the pump, so I'm trying to go, it'll be like 8 hours until I pump that second time at work. So that second time will be my only pump at work. I do nurse in the morning before I leave, which kind of helps a little bit too. So when I'm at work, what I do is, as soon as I get to work, I put that freezer bag in the freezer in the break room, and then when I'm ready to pump, I made a sign. I printed it out like on Word or whatever, and I slid it into like a sheet protector, and I taped that on my door. I do have my own office. I taped that on my door, and it just says protected time. So in my building, when people are working on a project or they're working on a deadline or something like that, they'll put a sign on the door that says protected time. So it's kind of like, don't bother me with like chit chat or anything, because I'm really focused on trying to get something done right now. So a lot of people didn't know what my protected time sign meant for a while, but eventually I think by now everybody knows, and I'm not embarrassed because I'm not doing a shameful or embarrassing thing. So I tape that on the door, I lock the door, I set up all my pumping stuff, and I attempt to pump and work at the same time. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It kind of just depends. Sometimes I do something really mindless, like filing or hole punching or putting stuff in binders, something that doesn't take a whole lot of thought because it's hard for me to focus. And then there are days when I'm rolling and I almost forget that I'm pumping. So when I finish, I put everything into a bottle, and I put like the lid on it and everything, put it back in the freezer bag, and put all of that back in the break room in the bag. So it kind of looks like, sorry, it got dark. It kind of looks like I'm just eating lunch all day long. People just see me walking around with this bag. But again, some people have kind of caught on to like what's going on. So when I get home, I take all of that into the house, and I try to put the milk in the fridge as soon as I get home. And because we don't have like a backup of milk, so we don't have like a reserve, she pretty much drinks all that milk the next day or within a couple of days. I don't freeze the milk because she just goes through it really fast. So that's pretty much my pumping routine. And again, if anything, I just recommend that you double check that you have all the pieces, because that has happened to me more than once, and it is horribly uncomfortable to be at work and you realize you can't pump because you forgot something. So that is my pumping routine, or my pumping regimen. I don't like, regimen just seems like such a deep word. Anyways, so that's what I do at work to pump. I hope it's dark again. Sorry, tunnel. It's gonna happen again. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to be notified of upcoming videos. Share with your friends. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great and awesome day, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Bye.